All right, today we're breaking down a true action horror classic. We're going deep underground to look at the 2002 film that started it all, Resident Evil. So, what have we got here? You've got all the ingredients for a nightmare scenario, right? A secret lab, some kind of deadly virus, and a hero who doesn't even know who she is. This whole dark, thrilling story kicks off deep, deep beneath a place called Raccoon City. Okay, so our first stop, beneath Raccoon City. This is where it all begins, with a massive company called the Umbrella Corporation. And let me tell you, they have a very public face and a much, much darker secret. So get this, the Umbrella Corporation. To you and me, they look like this amazing company, right? Making pharmaceuticals, everyday products. You'd think they were a force for good. But that's just the surface. Behind closed doors, their real money comes from military tech and illegal bioweaponry. We're talking about creating and selling some of the deadliest weapons imaginable.
And then, boom, it all goes sideways in an instant. Someone sneaks in, steals a valuable sample, and to cover their tracks, they just release the deadly T-virus into the air. The whole facility's AI, this thing called the Red Queen, she responds with, well, brutal efficiency. She seals the whole lab, which they call the Hive, and just kills everyone inside. All of them. Her goal? To stop the infection right there.
Next up, waking up a warrior. So while all this chaos is unfolding deep underground, our hero, well, she's waking up way above it all, and she has absolutely no idea who she is or how she even got there. Right, so who is Alice? I mean, imagine this. You wake up in this huge, empty mansion. You're completely disoriented. You can't remember a thing. And then you find a wedding photo of you with some guy you've never seen before in your life. The bottom line is, she's a total mystery, even to herself. And before she can even start to piece any of this together, this guy Matt shows up. Then, like moments later, a whole squad of elite commandos just storms the place. They grab Alice, they grab Matt, and they find another guy knocked out, Spence, who, hey, that's the guy from the wedding photo. And guess what? He's got amnesia too. What a coincidence, right? So they're all on this secret underground train, and the mission finally becomes clear. They have to get down into the Hive, that secret lab, and their one job is to shut down the Red Queen. That's the AI that just murdered every single employee down there. All right, let's head into the Hive itself. This is where things go from bad to an absolute nightmare. So you'd think the team's first big challenge would be some kind of monster, right? Nope, it's the Red Queen's own defense system, and it starts with a simple, seemingly empty hallway. And then, bam, the door slams shut, trapping 4 of the commandos inside. A single, razor-thin laser just flashes to life and slices right through the first soldier. No sound, just deadly precision. Just when you think it can't get worse, that one laser beam multiplies. It becomes this insane, crisscrossing grid. There is literally nowhere to run. It just moves down the hall and dices the rest of the commandos, including their leader, into little pieces. Yeah, the Red Queen is not playing around. So after that laser trap, the team finally makes it to the AI's main chamber, and the Red Queen appears. But she's a hologram of a little girl, which is super creepy, and she just flat out tells them, "You're all gonna die down here." She actually tries to justify what she did, saying she had to kill everyone to contain the T-virus, claiming it could literally wipe out all life on the planet. So, do they listen to her? Of course not. They ignore the warning, hit her with an EMP, and shut her down. The little girl hologram flickers out, and with her goes the lab's last line of defense. Every single locked door in the Hive just slides open. And now all the horrors she was keeping locked up are free. And this is the true horror. Remember all those hundreds of employees the Red Queen killed? Well, they're not exactly dead anymore. The T-virus reanimates dead tissue. So now they're all aggressive, flesh-eating, zombies. And they are very, very hungry. So they get into this absolutely frantic, terrifying fight, right? But bullets just aren't working. These things just keep coming. They're so desperate, they're actually forced to turn the Red Queen back on. And in exchange for a way out, she tells them the one critical secret to survival: you gotta destroy the brain. Okay, on to the next section, betrayal and escape. So now they know how to kill these things, and they have to find a way out. But it turns out the zombies aren't even the biggest threat. No, it's one of their own. As everything is going crazy, Alice starts to get her memory back in flashes. She remembers she's actually a security agent, and she was trying to expose Umbrella. And then, wouldn't you know it, Spence's memory comes back too. And here's the devastating truth. He was never an innocent victim. He's the thief. He's the one who released the virus to cover his tracks. So what does this guy Spence do? He completely betrays them, locks them in a room with the zombies, and makes a run for the antivirus he stole. But, karma's a thing. His greed gets him killed. He's attacked by this horrifying new creature called a licker. It's this insane mutant made from a direct injection of the T-virus. What follows next is just a desperate, insane race against time. The survivors make it to the train, but that licker is right behind them. In all the chaos, one of the commandos, Rain, finally succumbs to her infection and turns into a zombie. Matt has to take her out. And somehow, Alice manages to finish the licker off for good by trapping it on the train itself. So Alice and Matt are the only two left. They finally burst out of the hive and back into the mansion just as these huge containment doors slam shut. They made it! They survived! But that feeling lasts for about 2 seconds. A whole group of Umbrella scientists in hazmat suits shows up out of nowhere and captures them on the spot. Sometime later, Alice wakes up. She's alone on some kind of examination table in a totally sterile lab. It's obviously been experimenting on her, but she's a survivor. She manages to break free from all the equipment and get out of there. And for what? Her entire horrifying ordeal, it was for nothing. She steps outside onto the streets of Raccoon City, and it's just pure chaos. Abandoned cars, fires, total destruction. The Red Queen's containment, it failed. The T-virus got out. We see Alice grab a shotgun from an abandoned police car, ready to face whatever comes next. The thing is, the nightmare in the hive, that was just the beginning. So it leaves you with this question. What really happens when a corporation's greed unleashes actual hell on Earth?